Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, game changers. Welcome back, go getters. Let's go ahead and get Insty on here. Let's go ahead and see if we can get Insty on here. Come on, Insty. Come on, Insty. Give me Insty. Come on, give me Insty. Give it to me. Just give it to me. Let's go. Boom. There we go. We're back, better than ever, greater than ever, more blessed than ever. Welcome back, game changers. Welcome back, go getters. Welcome back, hustlers. Welcome back, mid level professionals. Welcome back, entrepreneurs. Welcome back, corporate executives. Welcome back. What are we doing? Why are you here? Why am I here? We're building out $1 million business in public. And as always, I'm your host, as well as your proof point in this bill. So I'm Patrick Hart, in some circles known as that healthcare guy. Today is June the 8th, 2026. We kick this thing off January the 11th, 2026. So here we are. We're a little over five and a half months. We're right almost 6 months into the bill, right? Almost 6 months into the build. And we've been super consistent, super steady. And you guys have been super consistent and super steady. So really quick, let me give you a round of applause for showing me love. I appreciate you guys. I really do. I see you, Tia. Happy Monday, Tia. Come on, Tia, showing love already. Listen, whenever you step into the room, you bring so much energy. You really do. So I really do appreciate you. Thank you, family, for tapping in all the time, right? Absolutely. I see you, Rex. I see you, Tia. I see you. Who else we got in there? Who else we got up in the show? I see you, Finds Truth. I see you, Siem. Everybody. We've got Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. The whole family's in one place, family. We're building out $1 million business, right? We're doing that thing, right? And today's episode, I see you, family. Today's episode, come on, drum roll, please, Pat. What is it? Let's get to it. Where's my drum roll? Let's get it. Boom, let's go. Episode 106, 106. Here's the title. Here's the title, then we'll get right into it. I'm starting to think most people are building backwards. That's the title. Appreciate you, Tia. I really do. I appreciate you showing love. I'm starting to think most people are building backwards. And I'm going to make my case for this here in a minute. But right now, the chat box, the comment box is officially open. And I appreciate you guys rocking with me. So we got two big goals this year. The first big goal is we're building out $1 million business, and we're doing it in 12 months. The second big goal is we're building out a 50,000 member ecosystem inside the newsletter. Now, why are both goals so important? The $1 million is so important because I become the proof point. A lot of people think when you're an entrepreneur, you're starting your side hustle, you're starting your business, that building $1 million business is hard to get to, hard to reach. So I'm going to become your proof point. In every single episode we're doing, I'm actually giving you some insight into how I'm building out the business in public, right? So the first big goal is $1 million of revenue. The second big goal is 50,000 members inside the newsletter. Now, why is that important? I talk about this all the time. If this is your first time here, even if you're a returning viewer, when you own your audience, family, when you own your own ecosystem, meaning the people that rock with you, move with you, pivot with you, then as you pivot, you rock, those people move with you as well. We're no longer relying on the algorithm to push out our message. Again, small business owner, mid-level professional, entrepreneur, side business hustler, whatever you happen to be, if you're relying on the algorithm solely to create your visibility and generate revenue for your business, you may be in for a rude awakening, right? So that's why we want to own our audience. So whether it's a lead page, it's a website, it's a newsletter, whatever that happens to be for you, you want to build that out so people can begin to follow your journey. They can begin to realize who you are, right? That's so valuable and important. I appreciate you, family. Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. The whole family's in one place. If this is your first time here, you know what I say. Thank you. I appreciate you coming. I appreciate you. Invite other like-minded individuals. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. I appreciate y'all. I really do. You guys have been giving me tons of love and energy and support behind the scenes. And it makes all the difference, especially as an entrepreneur, especially if somebody that's building something in public. It's already hard enough to make the maneuvers to be an entrepreneur, to build something of value. But then when you add the public element to it, when people can comment, when they can add input and stream and commentary, whatever, it adds additional pressure, especially when you have eyeballs on you, because you have eyeballs on it. It makes it feel like now you're performing something, right? And I don't want to be a performer. I just want to be one of those guys that come here. I tell you what I'm working on. I come back here and I share it with you. And then hopefully I add value to your build as well. So episode 106, what are we talking about? I'm starting to think that people build businesses backwards. So that's going to be today's topic. Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. Invite other like-minded individuals to these lives. I do these every single day, Monday through Friday, noon Central Standard Time. All right, so I've been thinking about something here lately, especially over this weekend. I wanted to take some time and listen, guys. I'm getting right into today's talking point, so this is going to be the talking points. Bear with me, okay? Because y'all know I like to talk, but this is something that I just been thinking about. Okay, I've been thinking. I was like, okay, Pat. The more I'm beginning to study businesses, the more founders that I talk to, the more creators that I watch, the more that I think people are like they're building their business backwards. And this is just going to be my 2 cents. Remember, you guys are my sounding board. I can come here, I can tell you what I'm thinking. I don't feel like I'm judged. I feel like this is a circle of trust where you guys begin to understand more what I'm building, why I'm building it, and the impact that I'm trying to make. Right. And it's so the more I started thinking, yeah, again, the more businesses that I study, the more founders that I talk to, the more creators that I watch, the more I think people are building businesses backwards. And it's not because they're lazy. That's not the thing. Because I'm not calling anybody. It's not their. It's not even because they're not talented. That's not the thing. They're just building things in the wrong order. And I think that mistake costs people years, like really, really years. Have you ever noticed how often people start with one thing, or should I say, with that thing instead of the thing that they actually need? Let me ask that again. Have you ever noticed how often people start with the thing that they want instead of the thing that they actually need? Now, I'm going to pause really right there. Like I don't want to lose anybody today. Let me break this down so I can just clarify what I'm thinking right here. Like they build the course before they build the audience. Maybe I know some people like this. They also like they'll build a website before they build trust. Maybe I know somebody like that. Like they build the offer before understanding the problem that they're trying to solve. Do y'all know people like that? Like they spend months building something, then they start looking for people to sell it to. That's backwards, family. Like I think it's backwards. So here's the message today. The order matters more than people realize. Think about it. Like really, really think about it. I appreciate you. Thank you. I see you, Tia. I see you, Mr. Benz. I appreciate you tapping in. I appreciate the love, family. Listen, the order matters more than people realize. How are you going to create an offer? Think about it. Like, how are you going to create an offer without knowing if there's real interest or demand before you created the offer? Y'all know people doing stuff like that? They build a whole entire business, right? So let me tell you what triggered this thought. It hit me while I was thinking about this. Everything that we're building right now in public, like we're building a newsletter, we're building the daily live, we're building a YouTube channel, we're building the playbook, we're building the future community, we're building the future partnerships, right? And I started asking myself, I said, Pat, okay, what exactly are we building first? Okay. And the answer confirmed exactly 100% my thinking. And I'm not saying that I'm right, but it confirmed my thinking, right? And I guess it's easy to confirm your own thinking because it is your thinking, right? But it confirmed what I was thinking. I said, okay, we're not building like me. I'm not building products first. I'm not building, we're building trust first, right? That's the foundation for me. I think it's so valuable to really understand your audience and build trust in your audience. When you connect with your audience, you know your audience, they tell you what's on their mind. They're telling you, like, they providing feedback on some of the things that's getting them stuck. And then you go behind the scenes, you start creating value around those particular things. I think, in my opinion, I think that's how businesses are supposed to be built. I appreciate y'all. I really do. I see you, Born. Thank you for tapping in. I appreciate the love, family. Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. Like the products, when you create trust, the products sit on top of it, family. That's how that works, right? And the more that I thought about this, the more I realized that that's probably the opposite of how most people approach businesses when they're building businesses, right? Most people, when most people build on the businesses, you know what they start with? They start with, what can I sell? Maybe y'all thought about this. I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes, but I'm just sharing with you. I've had tons of conversations. I collaborated with lots of creators. I've been in the executive boardrooms. I've seen startup companies. Like I've been part of startup companies. I've been part of companies that scale to, almost $1 billion. Man, I've seen this. But most people, when they start building their thing, their business, they're thinking, what can I sell? What can I sell? What can I sell? That's not a wrong answer. I'm just saying it's hard to build a business around what your beliefs are without really understanding what the market is demanding, right? I see you, Rob Dunn, YouTube. Thanks for tapping in, family. I appreciate it. LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. The whole family's in one place. Don't forget the comment box is open. So something is on your heart, something's on your chest, you agree, disagree, drop it in the comments, right? And if you just want to say hi and show me some love, say hi and show me some love. I'll say hi back as well, right? And so most people, they start with what they can sell. I'm starting asking, when I'm started building my thing, I'm like, okay, I see you, Kate. Thanks for tapping in. I'm starting to ask, and I said, well, who can I serve? That's my thinking. Like when I'm starting this thing, and it's a very different starting point from a lot of people when you're starting to build your business. In fact, it might lead to a very different outcome than what I originally thought before. And it's not just for me, but also for the people that I'm building the products to serve. Am I making sense? Y'all let me know if y'all following along with this. So here's what I want. Here's what I see all the time. Okay, I'm going to share with you what I see all the time. Someone gets an idea, right? You get this great idea. You get an idea. Then you know what happens? You spend 6 months building a course. You spend 3 months building a website. You spend another 3 months perfecting your branding, right? And then you launch that thing, right? You put it out there. Okay? And then all of a sudden, what happens? You get crickets. You get no response. You get no love. Nobody's buying that thing that you invested all that time and energy on. And it's not because the product was bad. No, that's not the case. It's because nobody knew they existed, family. Like nobody trusted them yet. Nobody understood why it mattered. Nobody even understood why they matter. Have you ever noticed that people spend more time building that thing than building the audience before the thing? Y'all let me know if y'all noticed that before. I think it's backwards. It's just my 2 cents. I really do. I think it's backwards. In my opinion, the audience should come first. Like the trust should come first. The relationship should come first. Then the offer becomes easier. Listen, notice I didn't say easy. I just said easier, right? That's one of the biggest lessons that I'm taking away from this journey so far, building in public. Like I feel like if you create the community where people feel valued, they have a voice, they can tell you what's on their mind, they can tell you some of the pitfalls or some of the loopholes that they fall into, then you start receiving feedback from your intended audience because they're telling you what's valuable and important to them. Then you can go back and you can start structure your offer around the input that you're already receiving. Is it me or does that make too much sense? Y'all let me know. I'm gonna take a sip of water really quick. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. Listen, it's just my thought process though, but it is my life. So I'm entitled to my 2 cents. So let me continue to think out loud for a minute. Okay. Look, let me share with you this. What we're doing right now, what you and we're doing this together. What we're doing right now. I see you, Molo. Thanks for tapping in. I appreciate the love, family. Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. Before I get into this next talking point, listen, invite other like-minded individuals to these lives. I do these every single day, noon Central Standard Time, or make sure you sign up for the newsletter if you haven't. We're growing that baby to 50,000. That's a big goal for me this year. I want to once I own my ecosystem and I have a network or audience of 50,000. Man, there's so much impact that we can do together. There's so many different problems that we can actually solve. There's so many different things that we can tap into beyond the initial thought process, because once you get a community that big, you start getting tons of feedback. You start getting tons of information. You start getting tons of love, and it helps shapes the business as we're reaching our $1 million brand this year, right? So right now, what we're doing, like every single day, what we're doing every day? Every single day, we're creating content, right? Every single day, we're building visibility. Every single day, we're strengthening our relationships. Every single day, we're growing the newsletter. Every single day, we're creating trust. And all while that's happening, while we're doing all that stuff together, we're simultaneously building offers that support the audience based off of the demand. Am I speaking too much sense, or anybody followed this approach before? Y'all let me know in the comment box. Y'all let me know if y'all done something like that before. Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. The whole family's in one place. So when you're building your thing, just think about it. Just think about it. Listen, the playbook, the workshop, the future products, the future communities, everything that we're doing right now is super intentional. So I get a lot of people I put this, we're streaming across Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. And I say we're building $1 million business in public. And I get so many people, I get so many comments that, people are trying to they're trying to force an issue before it becomes an issue. Like people always say, oh, let's focus on the messy middle. Let's focus on the messy middle. Sometimes you may not even get to a messy middle if your structure is structured properly. Sometimes you may get to a messy middle, but it may be a lot easier for you because you actually thought about your strategy before you stepped into that thing that you're building. Like for me, when I'm building this thing in public, we haven't even got to the point where we're selling anything yet, right? That's part of my strategy. Part of my strategy right here is make sure I can build an ecosystem, a relationship with the people on the opposite end of this camera right here, that are interested in getting to another level, right? These people that rock with me, they believe in freedom. They believe in a playbook that's going to help them get unstuck. They believe in creating generational wealth for themselves. They understand the value of impact because they're only going to be here a short time. But what happens when you're no longer here? What did you leave behind? What does your legacy say about you? That's what we're building here. We're building people that can take not only themselves, but they can take generational people to another level, right? And listen, I don't want to build something and hope people show up. That's never been part of my strategy. Everything that I did, I've never focused on hope. I want to understand the audience deeply enough to build exactly what they need, right? And it's a different approach than most people approach. And honestly, in my opinion, I think it's a smarter one. And it's not because I'm doing it, but because I feel like the value cuts both ways this way when you're building like that. Y'all let me know if y'all agree or disagree. Remember, the comment box is open. Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube is TikTok, right? I'm gonna get you guys out here in a minute. Let me get through the rest of my thinking right here. Like this idea has completely changed how I evaluate opportunities now, right? Because I collaborate with a lot of people. And now when I start thinking about opportunities, now I think about when I think about launching something, you know what I ask myself? I ask myself multiple things. I say, okay, Pat, do we have trust? Okay. When we're getting ready to launch something, do we have trust? Do we have the audience to support this? Do we have relationships behind it? Do we understand the problems that we're trying to solve? And if the answer is yes, the offer becomes much easier to create. Does that make sense? Right? But if the answer is no, then we're probably moving way too fast. It seems like there's some missing steps we need to understand if we're going to build a solid business. Because really, when you're building a business, you got to understand your business is built on customers, not built on your ideas. And a lot of people are thinking backwards. You think, okay, I got an idea, and then all of a sudden people are going to buy that idea just because it's my idea, and I got all these accolades. It don't work like that. The audience buys or they invest into where they see value in their particular lives. So sometimes people are doing things backwards. And that's how I'm starting to think about growth. It's not product first, it's trust first, audience first, relationships first. Y'all let me know if y'all agree with that strategy or not. I could be off base, but that's just my thinking. Remember, y'all don't have to agree with me. I just come here, I build this thing behind the scenes, I come back here, you guys become my sounding board, I start telling you what's on my mind, right? And then so far, what I'm seeing is working. 100% is absolutely working. So when I say I think most people are building backwards, this is what I mean. Like they're building products before they're building trust. They're building offers before they build relationships. They're building websites before they build their audience. And then they're wondering why growth feels so hard. They're like, damn, Pat, why is this so hard? I thought this was supposed to be easier. Dude, no, anything worth achieving is worth working for, right? So the more I build this business, the more I'm convinced that I become trust is 100% the foundation, right? Everything I see you, Orwell. Thanks for tapping in, family. Everything sits on top of it. The playbook, the newsletter, the revenue, the partnerships, all of it. Like all of it sits on top of it. And I think people who understand that, they're going to have a massive advantage over the next few years. That's in my opinion. And that's what I'm thinking right now, family. Listen, that's been episode, what is that? Episode 106. Let me give you a round of applause for rocking with me. I appreciate you. I really do appreciate y'all, family. I know that was kind of quick, but I wanted to get y'all in and out. Over the weekend, I like to take time as a small business owner to reflect as an entrepreneur, like the journey. What does it teach me? What am I learning? What can I share with the public so I can help them also build their $1 million brand in public? And I think that's valuable, family. Think about your audience. Think about collaborating with people. Think about understanding the values and the problems that you're trying to solve. Get that feedback. Seek that feedback. Because without your intended ICP or without their information, you may be building something, spending months, weeks, years building that thing, and then you're not seeing any sales growth on it. You're like, damn, why am I not growing? Well, did you understand the audience? That could be it. Family, until next time, I really do 100%. I appreciate the love. Same time, same energy, same thought process tomorrow. Invite other like-minded individuals. Until then, let's get it.